So I'm here with my girlfriend Susie. So we just went out for a trail run. I'm holding the microphone because I am soggy wet, and I figured that's a whole lot better than just ruining the equipment. The reason we're doing this video right now is just want to discuss with you like reasons to run and how they change over the years. So I've been running since 2006, I guess, on and off, and then 2009 was my first marathon. And initially it was a need for speed. Oh yeah, let's be fast. And that then changed. I got burned out because it was just too much, just constantly the push for speed and then injuries, and it was just not worth it anymore. And then I got into longer stuff, and then it was just all about doing hard shit, doing things that are hard, pushing myself, seeing if I can do it. And that lasted for quite a while, and that has changed again. So where now it's more like I want to be healthy for the long run, and I also want to be able to keep up with my kids as they're getting older, which is going to be fairly easy with one of them because he prefers a video game, while the other one though is a sports nut, so that might be a little more challenging. But one of the things, so and then always in there was also like an aesthetic goal, right? Like you want to eat, you want to do stuff. So, but things are different for everybody. So now this is I'm handing the microphone to my girlfriend, who has been walking next to me unbeknownst and not knowing really what's going on here. So
can you give me some room? Thank you.
She almost fell into the storm sewer pipe, or whatever you call it. So let me so why don't you say what got you into running, why you are running now, and don't make it pretty, just be honest.
Well, I hated running for almost my entire life. I ran track in high school and I quit. I also had other activities with horses that kept me busy, but I didn't run again until I was, what, 42?
Yeah.
42, 43, somewhere in there, when I met this cat right here. And even the first year or so after I met him, I had basically no interest in running. But I was going to races with him and supporting him. And I started looking around at all the people that were doing races. And I realized you don't have to be some big, athletic, intense runner to just go have fun and to just run and be healthy. So I asked him if he could get me just basically literally from couch to 10K. Literally. I mean, I did exercise. I was big into weightlifting, but zero cardio. Hated it. So he wrote me a training program, and it was about, what, a 6 to 9 month program. And I ran my first race, the Marine Corps Marathon, and it was a 10K, and it was my fastest time. I am now still trying to get back to that time.
I wonder why.
So the programming was excellent, and I never felt like I was dying, which is what I was always afraid of. And so ever since then, I realized, like he was saying, just doing hard shit, realize that you just got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I think part of it is the smart programming. I think before, when I had ever attempted running, and I had a couple of different times as an adult, I just started running really hard. I didn't realize that you had to build up and you had to go a lot slower than you thought for a lot longer than you thought to get that baseline. So with the right training and mindset, I've been interested in it ever since then. I have not been injury-free. It comes and goes. Nursing a hip issue at the moment, but I'm still out here running. One of the things I've learned from Michael is just being smart about it. Don't run with pain, but also know where you can push yourself a little bit.
Yeah. So what do you feel like running gives you right now? Because I know it's much harder for you mentally too.
Yeah.
Right. So
running is just hard for me. I'm not a great runner. I don't think I'm ever going to be a great runner. So I had to, and I'm somebody that wants to be really good at what I do. And that's been a real mental challenge, to go to races and have people that were a lot older than me, a lot younger than me, as in like 8 and 10 years old, people with strollers, people that were not, you know, fully, like they had some issues, maybe not fully healthy. They were all passing me. That's not fun. But I really had to dig deep and ask what he's asking, why? Why am I doing this? And interestingly, I haven't even told you this.
Okay, here it comes.
Well, during my run today, so like I said, I've had a little bit of a hip injury. And I went on vacation about a week and a half ago, and I haven't really run for about a week and a half. And it doesn't seem like that long. I'm like, I knew I was gonna be paying a little bit for it when I started back, but today I realized if you don't move it, you lose it. And I was thinking, well, that usually applies to, hey, mister, get out of my way or I'm gonna, you know, bust your chops. But I was like, no, for me, I need to keep that move it or lose it mantra. If I don't keep moving, I'm gonna lose what I had. And that, to me, I've been doing a lot of physical therapy, and I think I started having IT band, knee pain today that's very much related to my IT band. So I've had to do a lot of glute and hip strengthening exercise so that I can run pain-free. And I didn't do those, well, I'm gonna say about 2 weeks. And totally had pain today on the run, and I haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
So
what would you suggest to somebody who is like a woman in her 40s who wants to start running, who hasn't run ever, or who, like, it's been like 3-4 decades?
Yeah,
Last time was like 5 years old, running to the ice cream truck. So do you have a tip for that person where you would say, you know, like...
I do, but let me get back to, I never really completed the thought on why I run. And it's really longevity. And it's really to keep up with my kids, but not just now. If I don't do this now, I'm afraid that when I'm 60, 70, 80, etc., I'm 48 right now, that I won't be able to do what I want to do. And I realize that it's, well, Peter Attia's book helped a lot too. Just really thinking about focusing on being as healthy as I can now, because I'm not one that believes it just goes downhill. I really believe that when you're 70, 80, 90, you can be in great shape. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, you're just not quite as capable. So I feel like I have the best ability right now to be in the best shape I'm ever going to be in. Yeah. It's just up to me to do the work. Yeah. And so that's some of my mindset when I'm running now, and why I run, is I just feel like I need to do the work. Mm-hmm. And I just feel better. It's a mental reset. I get cranky sometimes if I don't get my runs and don't move. Boy, a tip for somebody, trust me, if I can do it, and I know you hear this every time on social media, if I can do it, you can do it. It's true. And just start easy. Don't knock yourself out. Do a half a mile. Do a pace that just feels easy enough. Right now, even when he gets to programming me for training runs where I actually have a goal, sometimes I'm surprised at how easy some of the runs are. I'm like, really? Are you sure you got my programming right? This is enjoyable. Shouldn't I be dying right now? You shouldn't. You shouldn't be dying. You should enjoy it. The other thing is just discovering the feeling of movement and accomplishment. I mean, a huge part of why I do it too is because it is something that only I can do for myself. Nobody else. That's something I love about fitness too. Nobody can get you fit for you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's all you. Yeah. And so it's that sense of accomplishment when you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.